Hello, everybody. This is the American Music Fan, and I'm coming at you with my 11th or 12th. I'm going to say it's my 12th Beatles review um, of their final album, Abbey Road. You might be saying to yourself, "Wait a minute!" But that album, Let It Be, is their final album. Here's the thing. Okay, so the Beatles had started recording Let It Be under the name of Get Back. So it was the Get Back sessions. But they were really starting to get at each other's throats at that time. John threatened to leave the band, and he kind of did, actually. So they stopped recording the Get Back sessions, and they actually got back together and recorded this. Now, September of 1969's classic Abbey Road album. So this is not the last of the Beatles reviews. The last will be next video, which I will do today as well, hopefully. Of course, the iconic cover. The iconic cover of Abbey Road. Great cover, great album. I mean, this has got to be up there in my favorites. I mean, it used to be my favorite, but now obviously my favorite is Rubber Soul. So here's the nice pictures. These are some of my favorite pictures of the Beatles. So yeah, this album was very unique in that Paul McCartney did, or not, I shouldn't give credit to Paul, but kind of a smaller book on this one. I shouldn't give credit to Paul, but I'm just saying that they had an idea to have the second half of the album, which would be the second side on the LP, to be kind of one medley of songs. And it turned out really well. John, I guess, wasn't really thrilled about it at first, but he got to like it. Really great album. Sadly, there's a lot of bad things going on with the Beatles right now. The Klein versus Eastman things to see who would control the Beatles as manager. Let's get into the songs. Album opens with the incredible song "Come Together." I just love how as soon as you put this album in here, it's awesome. Couldn't really tell you what it's about, really. Very complicated lyrics on that one. I play in a band, and my band plays this song. And the singer just can't remember the words, which is rough. Then we go into George Harrison's lovely song "Something," which Something and James Taylor's "Something in the Way She Moves." George wanted to call this song "Something in the Way She Moves," but James Taylor wanted to call his song "Something in the Way She Moves." So George couldn't think of another name, so he just shortened it to "Something," which is good. It's about a girl that he really likes, and there's just something in the way she moves that attracts him like no other lover. If you ask him where his love goes, don't, because he doesn't know. Then we have Maxwell Silverhammer, which is another kind of tongue-in-cheek, kind of bouncy song about I guess a murderer, or if you really want to get dark, I guess a serial killer, because he kills people in that song. But it has such a fun melody to it that you would just assume that it's not that dark. Next we have "Oh Darling," which is a classic 60s love song. I mean, it's just really classic song. "Oh darling, please believe me, I would never do you no harm." And it has that like dun 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 kind of riff to it. Great song, a good song, solid song. Not as good as the rest of the album, but that's one of the weaker points. I love it, but it's one of the weaker points, I guess. And we have Ringo's "Octopus's Garden," which is another one of his really popular songs. He'd like to be under the sea in an octopus's garden in the shade. But good song. It has a really nice opening, like the has a good opening to it there. Really bouncy. Another really fun song, I guess. Then we have "I Want You, She's So Heavy," which I think is It's not that great for me. I Want You So Bad, It's Driving Me Mad, It's Driving Me Mad. It's just kind of, I don't know, repetitive, I guess. I don't like it. Then we have George Harrison's really great song, which is, I think, the one that he's mostly recognized for, is Here Comes the Sun. The guitar in this song is incredible. The vocals are great. The lyrics are fantastic. I just love this song so much. Really great George song. George rises up on this album too. Then we have Because, which is kind of a psychedelic song. Because the wind is high, it blows my mind. Really good. Then we have You Never Give Me Your Money, which is a really good, it's like a piano song. You never give me your money, all you give me is your funny papers. You know, this song you really kind of have to think about, because I guess it's like wanting something more. I mean, like, I really want money, but all I get is these papers. You never give me your number, all you give me is your situation. It's like, I guess, wanting more from, I don't know if it's like a relationship or whatever, but nevertheless, that's what it is. Then we have Sun King, which is the weak point of the album, for sure. Definitely a weak point of the album. I really don't like this song. It's slow. I mean, it's kind of psychedelic, but Here Comes the Sun King. Here Comes the Sun. Get it? I don't know. I don't, but whatever. Then we have Mean Mr. Mustard, which is really good. Really good, actually. This song grew on me. I used to not like it very much, but now I really like it. Mean Mr. Mustard came. Really good. It's like it's a fun lyric. I really like the way it's sung. I think I really like the way they play it and sing it. Then we have Polythene Pam, which is really good. You should see Polythene Pam. She's so good looking, but she looks like a man. Really good. And I believe, yeah, really good. And this is the kind of, for Mean Mr. Mustard down, I think they mostly go into each other. Then Polythene Pam goes into She Came In Through the Bathroom Window, which is a good song. I really like the part where it's like Mondays on the phone, like Sundays on the phone to Monday, and Tuesdays on the phone with me. I keep butchering Beatles songs. I really like that part. It's very good. Then we have Golden Slumbers, which is a really good song. I used to fall asleep to this song all the time because it's just so relaxing. Once there was a way to get back homeward, once there was a way to get back home, sleep pretty darling, don't you cry, because I will sing a lullaby. Paul sings this. I think this is in my top 10 Paul vocals. He sings it really well. I think it is supposed to be kind of a lullaby. But yeah, that goes into Carry That Weight, which is loud and good. It's like, boy, you're going to carry that weight a long time, which is pretty self-explanatory. It's about a song about somebody with a load that they're going to have to carry. Then we have the Beatles song that I don't know. For me, this is kind of a very sad Beatles song, because it is really signifying the end of the band. It really is. The end is really the end. A good drum solo from Ringo, and then the piano like at the very end, which is almost. I mean, it's just kind of sad, but the love you take is equal to the love you make. In the end, the love you make. Yeah, okay, you get it. Good piano, really good drums from Ringo. Then I think they should have ended the album there. Her Majesty, I think, kind of just takes away from the end, I guess. But Her Majesty is like. Her Majesty is a really nice girl, someday I'm gonna make her mine. And I don't know if they're singing about the Queen of England, because that's creepy, in my mind. I mean, I'm just an American, I don't know if a lot of English people have a crush on the Queen. I mean, they should look up to her and respect, but, I mean, I don't know. Anyway, that was just kind of a rundown of Abbey Road, classic Beatles album. a controversial album cover. Why was Paul wearing no shoes? Who knows? But yeah, a lot of good stuff on here. High point for me is probably either Come Together, Here Comes the Sun, Golden Slumbers, or You Never Give Me Your Money. The down is Sun King, and yeah, I think that Her Majesty should not have really been on the album, but it's fine, I guess. It's not really hurting anything. I just think that the end should have closed it. But yeah, okay, that was the Beatles' last album. So next time, I will be finishing my Beatles reviews once and for all. I will be finishing them. This has been fun, but in its own way, exhausting. So next time on my review show, I will be reviewing Let It Be, and then I will be making a foray, as it were, into movies. So yep, this will be up on the Beatles Reviews channel. Make sure to check out my other Beatles reviews. I've reviewed Please Please Me through Yellow Submarine, and I have reviewed my now famous Beatles box set, so if you want to check those out, that one's under box sets, those are under Beatles Reviews. So yeah, have a good time, folks, and keep on rocking.